Coming up on News 2, help is underway for veterans in need of housing. Details. The PSC voted to approve some fees from waste management that will affect the community. What you need to know. Plus, VI, high school, college students, and the general public learned about various jobs that are available under the VI EDA's Economic Development Commission program at this career fair. Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gamansing. Topping our newscast tonight, Senator Alicia Hansen is off the November general election ballot. The VI Supreme Court reversed a July decision by the Superior Court to uphold the elections supervisor's decision that Hansen is eligible to seek office. St. Croix Elections Board Chair Adelbert Bryan had challenged Hansen's eligibility by petitioning the court to remove Hansen. He said that the senator's 2009 convictions of willful failure to file taxes are crimes involving moral turpitude, and as such should disqualify Hansen as a candidate for the 31st legislature. The VI Code states that no one who is convicted of a felony or a crime involving moral turpitude can run for office. The VI Supreme Court, citing U.S. Supreme Court precedent, ruled in Bryan's favor and directed the Superior Court to grant Bryan's petition. News 2 was unable to reach the senator for comment. Elections Supervisor Caroline Fox said she stands by her decision based on the information available to her. She said further that legal system is the appropriate branch to define the moral turpitude issue. We will bring you more on this story in Friday's newscast. Veterans in the territory who either have no home or are living in homes that are not their own may find relief very soon. It took a lot of work by local government officials, but they've just secured much-needed funds to help reduce the number of homeless veterans in the VI. News 2's April Knight has that story.
They stood bravely at the front lines in defense of freedom. But some of these VI military veterans who have come home now find themselves without a roof over their heads. Now monies coming from the Department of Veterans Affairs through Housing Authority could mean permanent homes for these veterans.
This is a first. We're glad that our veterans now in the territory will be able to qualify for these vouchers here in the territory.
The Methodist Outreach Center on St. Thomas deals directly with homeless residents. They say support services for homeless veterans already exist, but none of them involve permanent housing. With the grant from Veterans Affairs, they can now give long-term housing vouchers for 12 qualified veterans.
The vouchers would be able to pay for their rent continuously until they have became stabilized sufficiently that they can continue and pay their rent on their own.
The Methodist Outreach currently has 66 homeless veterans in their system. Of that number, only 39 takes advantage of their support services, and many more are out there that remain unidentified.
Because a lot of the veterans don't come because they're veterans and I guess they feel like they're proud or they don't need to come. They haven't come in, and we've been trying. We're
encouraging our veterans to really sign up, if they, get into the program, get into the VA, these things are here for them.
The 12 housing vouchers this year could increase in the coming years, with local and federal government and grassroots community organizations all working together to make sure homeless veterans are not forgotten. Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
Now, Veterans Affairs is urging local veterans to see if they qualify for the housing vouchers. They can call Methodist Outreach at 714-7782. The Public Services Commission approved a fee hike for wastewater usage Tuesday night during a meeting. The request was made by waste management officials who are working on a plan to generate more revenue for the authority. News 2's Erica Parsons has that story.
Waste management is trying to take control of their finances.
We spent the last 10 years just trying to catch up with the litany of non-compliance issues and all the problems that we inherited. And now we've realized that we sacrificed the time that we should have spent on revenue generation, and we're very aggressively pursuing that at this time.
The PSC approved an increase Tuesday requested by Waste Management. It would raise wastewater fees on property tax bills from $50 annually to more than $100 per household attached to the system. Officials testified before senators earlier this month about their bleak financial picture. They never received part of their FY14 budget. The new charge is expected to generate $3 million.
This amount of 110 will not even get anywhere close to funding the cost. It's actually less than 25% of the cost to run the wastewater system. So over the years, we anticipate that it has to go up.
Director Cornwall says her agency is drafting legislation that would allow new revenue to be directly deposited to waste management instead of going to special funds. This way they can avoid the appropriations process.
Then we will be very knowledgeable about its balances. We'd know how to budget and spend and not get to a point where we have contracts in place that we can no longer pay, as is the case right now. The new revenue should come directly to the authority so we can continue to provide this basic essential service.
Waste management also requested new fees for solid waste. The PSC appointed a hearing examiner to assess whether those fees are reasonable. Officials say the new charges are a step towards stability.
Because otherwise, fiscal year 2015, we begin a deficit of $5 million. And if we continue on this path, it will only increase further until we're at the point of insolvency.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
Director Cornwall said that having waste management control their revenues was a recommendation by the last Inspector General's audit. When asked about negotiations with the contracted waste haulers, Cornwall said negotiations are still ongoing. Count on two to keep you updated. It is suspected that an item in the waste stream combusted, causing a small fire at the Bavoni landfill. The fire broke out in the early morning hours of Wednesday on the active cell of the Bavoni landfill. That's according to the Waste Management Authority. The authority's landfill operations contractor, A9 Trucking Enterprises, was able to extinguish the fire without incident and separated the impacted material from the active cell. VI Fire Services traveled to the scene and inspected the extinguished site. The area continues to be monitored. Normal operations at the site was not impacted. Turn our attention overseas. A second American from the Minneapolis area was killed fighting for the Islamic jihadist group ISIS. Friends and family of the victim tells CBS News U.S. officials say they are trying to confirm the reports. The news comes following confirmation another U.S. citizen, Douglas MacArthur McCain, died fighting alongside the terrorists over the weekend. Militant groups are believed to be using Facebook, Twitter, and all social media to recruit Westerners to fight. Be sure to tune in to CBS Evening News for more. Keeping our eye on the economy, the U.S. economy rebounded in the second quarter after a harsh winter. The economy grew at an annual rate of 4.2% from April to June. In other news, Abercrombie & Fitch announced plans to get rid of its logo clothing in the U.S. by 2015. The reason? The logo clothing has fallen out of favor with teens. Here's a look at the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all down. The Dow 42, Nasdaq 11, S&P 3. Coming up on News 2, your winning lottery numbers. Grab a pen and paper. Plus, VI high school, college students, and the general public learned all about various jobs that are available through the beneficiaries under the VI EDA's Economic Development Commission program. That's coming up. Have you ever been on the Kontiki? It's time for our summer fun segment. Most of us know there are private events with live bands, some weekends on board at night. But during the day, you can cruise gently through the beautiful calm water along the bustling harbor of Shaladamali. You can sit back and relax, enjoy a tropical fruit punch, and enjoy the sights from a different angle. There's an open shaded lower deck and an open upper deck. After cruising behind Hassel and Water Island, Kontiki will pause over a coral reef where she will lower her glass bottom viewers for you to see a variety of underwater animals. It also stops at a beach for at least 1 hour for some fun. Now on the way back, there's plenty of dancing, fun games, and a limbo contest with prizes. You will want to call ahead for available space and schedule changes. Job hunters headed to the University of the Virgin Islands St. Thomas campus Thursday morning for the VI Economic Development Authority's Career Fair. Attendees got information on various jobs that are available through the beneficiaries under the VI EDA's Economic Development Commission program. The career fair was held in collaboration with UVI Student Affairs, Counseling, and Career Services. But it wasn't just students who took advantage of this opportunity.
That's the first time we're holding it here. The career fair is basically, we have our beneficiaries coming in and they're basically promoting whatever vacancies they have at the moment, if they have any internship opportunities as well as scholarship opportunities. It's not just for students, it was promoted, with the university towards the students as well, but the Department of Labor, they also promoted it to the general public. We're also on the radios, and so we've been trying to get it out there so that everyone can, come out and participate in that.
It's time for your back-to-school checklist. Program manager of the Territorial and Freely Associated States Education Grant, Virgin Islands History Cultural Institute, Nina Farrell. She's advising all territorial public school teachers that the Department of Education, in collaboration with the Board of Education, will provide the VI History Cultural Institute for teachers that need to meet this requirement to attain certification. The institute will be conducted over the course of 2.5 days, 20 hours. The dates are September 17th to 18th and 23rd to 25th at the Curriculum Center on both islands. The course is free. Spaces are limited. Now, the institute will be provided for current teachers only. Paraprofessionals and substitute teachers are not eligible to participate. Teachers that have already met the VI history requirement are reminded to provide the Division Human Resources with copies of the certificates, transcript to ensure that personnel files are kept up to date. For more information, interested persons should call the Human Resources Office, Department of Education, at 774-0100. Well, a quick reminder for parents, Gary Malloy, who is the Insula Superintendent of Schools for the St. Croix District, advises parents in the Christiansted area that the Richmond School bus stop will be relocated to the main entrance at the Juanita Gardin Elementary School, and that begins Tuesday, September 2nd. Superintendent Malloy urges parents to speak to their children as well on displaying proper conduct while riding the school bus and to constantly remind them to always be on their best behavior throughout the school year. Well, did you purchase a sheet of the VI lottery ticket? Then grab a pen and piece of paper because here are your winning numbers.
The VI Lottery presents drawing results of today's drawing on News 2. The fifth prize of today's drawing for $20,000, 04565. 04565. Fourth prize for $30,000, 33607. 33607. Third prize for $40,000, 03404. 03404. Second prize for $65,000, 21329. 21329. And the grand prize for $175,000 is 09417. 09417. If your ticket number wasn't called, keep trying. One of these days, your number could win. The next drawing is September 11th. Play the VI Lottery and imagine the possibilities.
Good luck as you check those tickets. Be sure to stick around. Your News to AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.